Really pleased to get back, on the left side of the column with a win. And I thought our defense, particularly in the first half, or especially after the first TV timeout, got back to doing what we need to do and what we fully should expect ourselves to do. And our length and cutting off driving lanes and being there on the catch and rotating and kind of disrupting an offense just enough so that they're off balance. So if something good happens, they may not make that play. And we turned around the 50-50 balls that we weren't getting, and we started to get them towards the tail end of the first half, and I thought it energized us. I thought Darius was instrumental in that, and his ability to be all over the place, to pressure the ball and to rotate and to talk and be more of himself. And so we got in to halftime with a 10-point lead and without playing our best basketball. And then I thought the offense came around, particularly our pick and roll offense. Charlie made good decisions. Sometimes he pulled up, made a mid-range shot. He got to the basket, he distributed, and he made a couple of threes. And so, he, alongside Paul, who's become a really good mainstay, and you can expect that, he's going to be in the middle of action, scoring the ball, and particularly in and around the basket and rebounding, which he does every night. And now he's growing. That pass that he made, to ignite us, it was a phenomenal pass that a lot of point guards don't make. And so, tremendous effort by him and everybody else. I thought, Romeo quietly was a big difference because he's just so solid on defense, and he's growing offensively. He made a pull-up jump shot, and then Nick off the bench gave us the kind of energy. So, as we get better and grow and be deeper and more understanding, both physically and especially emotionally, what lies ahead and the challenges that are there, then hopefully we'll just keep getting better and better.
What did you want to see from the guys, just even in their attitude coming off the loss into this game?
Yeah. So I know what I wanted it to be. I be honest with you, yes, but and Radio just asked me, was I happy? And I said I'm probably more pleased than happy. Happy is, as I mentioned to them, is at the end of the night at a Christmas party. When you're really happy, whether it's libations or good company. And I'm not ecstatic because we still have a lot of room to grow. We played good today, but good is not good enough for me. Great is where I want to be. And I think we have a unique opportunity to do something, and I don't want that to slip away from us. And so I'm going to continue to push the envelope. And so today was a very pleasing day, particularly coming off the Buffalo game. But we'll regroup, look at the film, and try to get better.
Leitao, at the 13-minute mark in the first half, you guys shot 2 for 11. What did you tell your team that sparked the 5-0 run and 10 for 18 the rest of the way?
Two things, that if we play really solid defense, that we can turn defense into offense and get easy baskets. But my most important overall message was to get the ball inside more, and just penetrate, get in the paint. There was some openings there that we didn't take advantage of in that first portion of the game that we could have got the ball inside in a lot of different ways, offensive rebounding and just penetration and moving the ball side to side and making them have to defend you for 6, 7, 8 passes, and we weren't doing that. And I think we started to do that. And the difference was, I think mentally we became more energized because our defense remained solid, and it led to a better way of playing offense.
You've touched on the defense, just having the 2 new big wings this year in Darius and Romeo. What does that allow you to do as a coach?
Yeah. So the diversity. If you're a good offensive player and there's any one of those, not just those 2, but 3 guys or sometimes 4 that can guard you, then it's hard for you to judge that person's length versus another person, or their quickness, or the intentions of what they're, and so it can keep you off balance. And I think, if we're talking about those kinds of things and we're talking about that on a defensive end of the floor, then those are really good things that we can use moving forward. And so we've got to make sure that we keep that mindset. We can keep teams and players off balance that way, and then ultimately become what we want to become, which is a really good defensive team.
Coach, is there any update on Devin Gage?
No, still trying to manage day to day. He did go through practice, a full practice. He's been kind of here and there, and non-contact, this and that, and managing his rehab and his physical therapy. So we're just kind of see, it's two things. It's rest still, and then he's got to be able to get out there with some consistency and test it and understand that he can feel comfortable with it.
Do you expect him to be back before conference play, or is he
I would hope so. I would hope so. Yeah.
and is there a reason Marquise Jacobs didn't?
Just coach's decision. Yeah.
That's a bit of an unfair comparison, but going back to Paul when he was a freshman, we saw Nick probably have his best games. Do you see anything similar? They got similar body types.
For anybody else, Paul.
Paul is a freshman, and Nick.
And Nick, I say this, and we've got some good players on our team, but Nick has as much potential as anybody, if not more than anybody on our team. I think what he's going through as a freshman, and again, playing time. That's my biggest challenge is finding Nick more minutes. But he's growing as a freshman. He's growing physically. He's not where he wants to be, where he need him to be. So particularly at that position, you can get wedged out in a lot of different situations. His confidence is growing, so we got to get that where it needs to be. And then just understanding what we're trying to do and it's hard as a freshman when you don't have experience to be able to do that. But I credit him tremendously because he stays positive, he listens very well, and I think he understands, one, that it's going to take a little time, and two, that he has a chance to be really, really good. And so we're going to continue to work with him, and hopefully if he can continue to do what he's doing, because I think he's doing a great job, then he can become in some way what Paul has become, but in a very, very different way because he has a different skill set.
Coach, Charlie kind of had a better shooting day today. Can you talk about his performance?
Yeah. So he played 37 and a half minutes, and so what we talked about in the last two games, or maybe fatigue, and because of our situation, he's forced to play a lot of minutes, and my challenge to him was, don't let that define you. If you are trying to be great, then there's no excuse. You can't. I think if I offered any player an opportunity to play 40 minutes a night, they're going to tell me no. So now that you're having this opportunity, seize the moment, and don't let whatever it is, fatigue or whatever you think it might be, to get in your way. And so I think he accepted that challenge, and I kind of knew he was going to have a much better game today. I didn't know what it would equate to, but to have 26 points and 5 assists with only 2 turnovers speaks to the kind of performance over 37 and a half minutes that he gave us.